Hello everybody, this is Djuntas, and today we're going to be taking a quick look of patch 2.3 for Diablo 2 Resurrected. So, credits given where credit is due. This is actually a pretty good patch, but it also annoys me that this clearly should have been out at launch. Honestly, I like games being delayed. It's only a good sign if games are delayed in 2021. There are so many things in this patch that should just have been on launch. But I want to start off here with the biggest three things. So let's go out to the little cold plains, not too hard area. And you can see down here, you can enable now a skill bar. And I believe it's up to 16 skills in total. I could perhaps try and bind maybe Frozen Orb. I believe that wasn't on the skill bar before. And you can now see that I added Frozen Orb. So this is a way to kind of have like modern UI feel, MMO feel, Diablo 3 feel, whatever. For some people, I think they would just not even leave this enabled in the options, but I like having an overview of all my binded skills. You can also see it's a little bugged now. I didn't want to change this before the video started. This was a bit fun. Telekinesis binded twice, but whatever, it seems to work just fine. Now, the next thing is force move. Not really a thing that I think I would use in ARPGs in general, but basically it's just a button to, force yourself to move. I think it would be nice to maybe relax a little bit on your mouse clicks or anything like that. And now the final big thing, this is actually a bit of a fun thing. You're gonna have to kind of get used to it. Maybe you don't even prefer to play with it, but it's the fast skill option. So let's try now with, say, Blizzard here. You can see that instantly as I cast Blizzard, it just fired right away. It is something to get used to. Of course, I can also go down here and then have Blizzard the normal way, if that makes sense. But now I'm only gonna press Q on my keyboard. With hovering the mouse cursor over the mobs. So let's see. Boom. This is such a fast way to play, and I'm just gonna demonstrate it now. Boom. That's how fast you can do a town portal now. Wow. That town portal is actually a very big change for hardcore players, or just in general, just being more safe. So those three changes I wanted to start the video off with. Honestly, it should just have been at the start of the launch, but let's move on with some bigger changes that are also quite impactful. So this one is actually a big deal. At least on console, I would say it's a big deal. They fixed game difficulty scale, but apparently you can also set it to just be permanently on player's 8 when you join a new game. Offline on PC as well. I guess it would be the same for console. So it saves some time instead of doing, players 8 or whatever. So I like this change a lot. I hope it's going to be good for single players and everything. But it's definitely very nice to just save a little bit of time on offline games and whatnot. Still, oh man, in the future we really do need a difficulty scale for online as well. I know that would change the whole landscape of farming. It would change like economy and everything, but I don't think that would be a bad thing to give online players. At least we have to begin discussing it more thoroughly if we would want it also for online. And then back out here in Cold Plains, I'm also just gonna show the hit thing. It does not work for PvM, but I'm still just gonna demonstrate the point. So if this was PvP, it would have shown that I missed with my sword here and no attack rating. But too bad it does not work for PvM, but I guess it's fine enough. We don't really need it in Diablo 2 and whatnot, but it is a cool thing for PvP. And now for sure, these are huge changes. They are gonna make your life so much better. Summons, mercenaries, pets, they are all just gotten that like teleport fixed. So now they're actually gonna teleport to you if they stray too far away. And apparently even the pathing has been improved. So this is a huge boost to summons, your mercenaries, everything. Like some builds are just gonna be so much better now. before you like get that Enigma or whatever. And again, Enigma, we're like, I don't know, 2-3 months out of the launch now. The dust has settled on the game, and Enigma is still a very exclusive item for a lot of people to afford. Like, high runes are still very costly, so having this fixed now is just a huge difference. And I'm also just gonna quickly go into the game and talk a little bit about the old... actually don't remember if I have... Okay, so I actually don't have... Well, it's fine if I don't want to show the bug anyway. Now it's probably been fixed, but... In jail level 1, we used to bug... Well, maybe you can still do it. Sorry, I don't have the waypoint right now. This is a bit of a fail. But in jail level 1, you used to bug your mercenaries so they were immortal in a way. Well, they could still be killed by, was it ranged attacks? Honestly, it was really only good for... so the mercenary was like immortal and whatnot, but it could not attack as well. So it was really only good to have your inside aura or your might aura always up. Bit of a gimmick, but it was still pretty good to utilize this bug here. And it didn't take too long to activate it as well. But now if the teleport thing and pathing and what has been fixed, I guess this bug can't be utilized. But yeah, that was a bug that's probably now been fixed. Still, it was very popular for a lot of people to do it. So I'm really into like good UIs, good like systems and whatnot. The chat is really bad in Diablo 2, but at least now they fixed it. It is quite a bit better. I don't know when you perhaps got like a whisper from a friend or whatever. It was so annoying to kind of, oh yeah, I have to go in here, then I have to go like... yeah, it was just clunky, but apparently now you can just hit tab and it will just change to the channel that you just received a text in. So say your friend just whispered you, apparently you can just hit tab now, and yeah, that's a big change. It really is nice, because I really don't like the chat in Diablo 2 Resurrected, but apparently it is better now. And then a really big thing for those people who have a bit of a better graphics card than my own. I'm only on a 97, so this won't help me. But seriously, Nvidia DLSS and also in AMD, I hope they will eventually support AMD's technology as well. This is huge for people who have that graphics card. I think it's 20 series and below. I do believe the 10 series don't have DLSS. But it's basically just a way to play at a higher resolution without having like frame rate drops and whatnot. So you can play, say, a game in 4K, but it will only be as taxing as 1080p. Nvidia DLSS is real. It's the biggest fucking upgrade in graphics performance probably ever. It's the main reason why I would actually want to get a new graphics card, just to have Nvidia DLSS. But every game also supports it yet. There's a lot of games, even like a lot of big games don't support it yet, but it's for real. It's really big thing for gaming and graphics in general. So thumbs up for Blizzard supporting it on Diablo 2 Resurrected now. Also screw the chip shortage and GPU shortage right now. If you have a working like 20 or 30 series graphics card, congrats. I mean, that's awesome. You can't really buy these graphics cards, at least not for a reasonable price at the moment. And then just scrolling over some quick bug fixes. So a lot of things was just bugged with art and whatnot. The only thing I really noticed was this one down here. Fixed an issue with wolf and direwolf summoning VFX causing polystorming. So it's good to know it was called polystorming. That's a good term. But basically when the summons were dying or something like that, it would just be like crazy stupid graphics on your screen for like a split second. So it's good that they got all these animation and art things fixed. It's pretty great to see such a big list. Bit worrying that there was that many bugs, but okay, at least it is fixed now. Another really great fix is this one. Fixed a rare issue where a player could become stuck in join game state after failing to create an online game. This was so annoying. Oh man, I'm glad they fixed this one. This was probably the most annoying bug of all they could have fixed. It was so bad. Like when you are like trying to like join a game and you have like the wrong name or something, you can't retype it quickly to fix that mistake and join the game. if you made like a wrong password, or if you made a game name that was already existing, you also had to, like, seriously, sometimes you could just like literally go to the bathroom, and then before you were back at your computer, the bug would still be going on. Like, it was literally an AFK issue where you had to wait like 2-3 minutes until you could literally create the new game that you wanted to create when you got stuck in this one. And it happened all the time. Literally every time you were typing something wrong, it would happen. So this bug was a big fix for me. Very happy to see that they also were able to fix it, actually. And then a lot of gameplay and playability fixes, so I don't really notice any of these. The only thing I noticed, or we were talking about a lot about in the community, I even did a video on it, was the hostile or the attack speed modifier to reach values up to double what was intended. So that was quickly fixed. But this also means that something like Firewall and other spells that were maybe also getting some boost from it are also sadly fixed. So Firewall is again a pretty okay, good enough skill still. It's pretty good still, Firewall, but it's nowhere near as good as it was with the fix there. And then a lot of fix for controllers. It's really fun to see that there were this many issues for controllers in general, but it's nice to see that even with a small community maybe not reporting that many bugs and issues, Blizzard still got a very big list to fix. So I guess there are more people on controllers than some of us PC players might think, because I think that some of these issues are pretty niche, and it's nice to see that Blizzard were able to get them fixed regardless. And then some bug fixes for mercenaries, and the only one I noticed beforehand was that mercenaries will no longer appear in town. I'm pretty sure I have seen that before, so fun enough that actually happens. Seems very odd that these issues would even occur, but that is how games are nowadays, I suppose. And then more random bug fixes. None of them have I really thought about or noticed, so they weren't really that big of an issue, I guess. Still, it's fun to see something like the one with the gold stash. It's a bit fun to see that people who are gold capping their stash, they could actually have been, having had this issue and be very annoyed by it for a long time. And then at the bottom there's just more bug fixes. There's nothing really interesting here. Yeah, there's not much more to say than they're just fixing a lot of bugs. Even something like localization, bit odd there, but okay. Translations to Chinese are apparently hard. Seems a bit odd that they had bugs or issues with translation for a final release of a game, but okay. Yeah, there's not much more to say. It's just a lot of bug fixes, and again, it's nothing really. Like, I haven't even noticed any of these bugs here, honestly. So they were clearly not that big of an issue or whatever, at least for me. So yeah, again, a lot of bug fixes, nothing interesting here at the end. So here at the end, I also just want to highlight how Force Cast, or this new casting thing, also works for teleport. You can just hold down, the button, your keybind, instead of mouse clicks. I mean, maybe this is something for some people who want to enable it, but I don't actually mind the old way to play. But still, you can literally just relax with the key clicks now. If you don't like spamming your mouse button or holding down the mouse button as much as a keybind on your keyboard. So pretty fun to see this change here. Definitely some people won't care for it, others will love it. I don't know yet. I need to play with it more myself. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, some really good changes. Definitely some good changes. But honestly, why didn't the Diablo 2 Resurrected just come out in December now, actually? For me, this doesn't really make that much sense to have all these changes now, when they were clearly just gonna... They should just have been at launch. Let's be real, like, some of these bug fixes should never have been on the game from the launch. But credit given what credit is due, it is really a good patch so far. It's not enough, but there will come bigger changes. They have already confirmed actual gameplay changes, maybe even balance changes and whatnot. In an upcoming video, maybe the next video I will do on the channel, I will also take a look at that, what I would like to see change it, which I already done in the past with another video some time ago. But yeah, that's it for me. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a good one.